Hello, and this is the Fated Partner reading for December 2nd through December 8th. So I just want to excuse my heater in advance. It does go off sporadically, so if you hear a noise in the background, that's what it is. And I also have a cold, so my voice may give out every now and again, or if you hear me sniffling, that's why. So I also do apologize in advance for that. So the first row of cards will go over the energies of the divine feminine. The second row of cards will go over the energies of the divine masculine. And the third row of cards will go over the future energies for the week of December 2nd through the 8th, or whenever you watch it, okay? So this will apply to you whenever you do see this video. All right, so I just ask that you send a prayer to whoever it is that you believe in, and you just keep an open mind to whatever you receive, and just pay attention to the messages that you receive yourself. All right, so let's get started. So this is the first card for the divine feminine that we are receiving, is higher consciousness. All right, so what I'm already receiving is, like, lately the energies have just been really intense. So you have just been really experiencing deep, intense healing. You have been literally just living in your underworld. Like, you have really just been living there, diving there, dissecting everything you thought you knew, and you've been shedding like a lot of layers. You've been presented with things that you never even knew was still an issue, but really all of these things are really just aligning you to embrace this higher consciousness, this higher frequency that's coming down. Okay, so really don't be discouraged about what you're going through. Know that it is for a purpose, and this is for you to embody this higher state of consciousness. Now think about it this way. So if you weren't, facing these issues, if you weren't going through these deep emotional pains, that means you're really just stagnant. That means you're just comfortable. You're not growing. So you're either, comfortable where you're at, or you're moving forward. And because you're moving forward, you have to do the work that comes along with that, which is releasing the old, letting go of what no longer serves you. And that will consist of a lot of inner work, inner healing. So don't think it's going to be peaches and cream. It's going to be smooth sailing. You're going to feel like you want to scream. You're going to feel like you want to punch someone in the face, but don't do it. You're going to feel like crazy, but this is meant to happen. And don't judge yourself for any of the emotions you're feeling. We are, we're everything. We're the good and the bad. Well, there isn't really good and the bad, but in this dimension there is. But we're just all of it. We're literally duality, but yet we're just everything. The totality of the universe. I really can't explain it, but we're everything. So don't judge yourself. As long as you're aware of it and you do not project that onto other people, you're fine. Just acknowledge it. If you're feeling angry, acknowledge it. Sit with it. You're allowed to feel that way. Just don't project it to other people. And show yourself love, because at the end of the day, we're also having a human experience. So allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, because this is honestly the stepping stone for you to embody this higher consciousness. Okay? So this is the second card that we are receiving, is romantic partner. Okay, so actually what I'm getting here is that you are actually releasing a lot of these old inner pains. So everything that you've been through in the past, a lot of the old baggage you're releasing is honestly creating the energy to bring in your romantic partner. So if you feel like things in your partnership has been stagnant, or if you're single, no one has entered your love life, it's because you're still releasing, you're still working through a lot of these old issues that you haven't worked through. I mean, honestly, like, you need to be in a good place within yourself before you invite someone into your life, because I'm gonna be honest, that's honestly why your past relationships didn't work. Why aren't you with your ex right now? Because you're not meant to be together, because there's clearly things that you both haven't worked on, you both haven't healed, which is why you aren't together. So because you haven't worked on them things within yourself, it's causing that blockage. And honestly, they no longer serve you. So you have to get rid of those old behaviors. You got to get rid of those old habits in order for you to bring in this new love. So if you are like, as you work on yourself, like I said, you are going to be embodying and you're going to be downloading this higher source of consciousness. So you have to remember that this new partner that is entering your life, or if you already met your fated partner, they're also going to be vibrating at this higher frequency. So in order for you guys to come together into union, you got to be whole, complete, and balanced within yourself as well as your fated partner. So like I said, this relationship is not going to be like any other relationship. It's not going to be like a I don't want to say, it's not going to be like a superficial relationship. This relationship is going to be a spiritual based relationship. This is going to make you look at all the shit that you've been hiding. This is going to make you dive deep within yourself. So this is why you need to work on yourself and work through those issues. And it's going to help you embody this higher source of consciousness. But what I'm getting is, as you embody this higher source of consciousness, your romantic partner is also going to be embodying this frequency, which is why it's important that you also do the work so you could align yourself to this frequency. Okay, so this is the third card we are receiving for the Divine Feminine, is honor your true feelings. All right, so I'm actually getting a couple of things. So for those of you that have met your fated partner, I'm getting that some of you are actually in denial about the connection. So you may question like, am I really deserving of this? Or is he really the one? Yes, he is. To be honest, you wouldn't be questioning it if if this person wasn't the one, especially if they're helping you realize who you truly are, if they're assisting you on the healing path. Now, if this is someone that's abusive, this is someone that's just negative, they're just like a cloud everywhere you go, they're just dead weight, they're not your fated partner. But if this is someone that is triggering healing within yourself, honestly, this person is the one for you. It may not feel that way because, you're going through a lot of shit and you're like exploring and navigating, like I said, the underworld. It may not feel like this person is the one, but they're helping you embody this higher consciousness. That's the point of the partnership. Okay? So honor your true feelings about that. And secondly, I'm getting that some of you are just, like I said earlier, is just really being hard on yourself. Like, with what you've been through, with whatever you're experiencing, you're being hard on yourself with where you are currently at in your life, with the decisions you've made and the choices that you have to make. You're being really hard on yourself. And honestly, I'm getting that you just need to be happy. Be proud of yourself for how far you've come. Because honestly, it's really these experiences that have made you who you are today. So honor yourself. Be proud of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, the way you treat yourself is the way your fated partner is going to treat you. Okay, so just remember, the relationship you have with yourself, that's the exact partner you're going to have, and they're going to reflect that back to you. Not only basically through their actions. That's the way they're going to show it back to you. So like, if you're like talking negatively to yourself, or you're just being rude to yourself, so like say you call yourself stupid, don't be offended if you date a guy and they call you stupid. Or like, if you're mistreating yourself, don't be surprised if you encounter someone that mistreats you. So just because like attract like. So just be mindful of the energy that you are carrying. But that's what I'm saying. As you embody this higher frequency, your fated partner will also embody this higher frequency. Okay, so don't judge yourself. Go with the flow. Feel whatever it is you need to feel. Honor your feelings. You're not wrong. You're allowed to feel what you're feeling. Okay? There is no right or wrong. As long as you're honest with yourself, and like I said, you don't project any of your feelings to other people, onto other people, and you are setting the intention that as you are experiencing these emotions that you are healing, you're honestly already on the right path. Okay, so this is actually the fourth card. I hid it underneath the third card because there's words on both sides. I didn't want to see what it said, so I hid it underneath the third card. So this is the fourth card, and it says, I go within and get in touch with God. So I honestly love that because I feel like that's the God within you. Okay, and I love that because it's telling you to honor your true feelings. Your feelings are within you. So listen to what you're feeling inside, because what you are feeling and what you are sensing is that divine guidance. It's that higher consciousness that's guiding you, okay? And the back of the card says, all of the great teachers have left us with a similar message. Go within, discover your invisible higher self, and know God as the love that is within you. All right, so I feel like that kind of goes with what I said earlier. The way you treat yourself is the way your partner's going to treat you. So remember who you are. Be honest with yourself. If you know that there's something you need a change in your life, if you know that there's, something you've been putting off, there's some type of dreams or aspirations you want to work on, go for it. If you know you wanted to lose that extra 10 pounds, do it. If you wanted to write that book, start it. If you want to create music, go to the studio, start making moves. Honor your true feelings. Don't be in this stagnant energy. Embody who you truly are, because you are being guided, and the intuitive messages you're receiving is literally this God within. Okay, so you're not being misled. So whatever your intuition is telling you, even when it comes to your romantic partner, it's accurate. It's accurate. This is that higher consciousness that's guiding you. So honor your feelings and know that you are being guided, and know that this is real. What you're receiving, the guidance you're receiving is real. It's accurate. So there's no need for you to doubt it. Okay, so the second row of cards is gonna go over the divine masculine. So this is what we are receiving as the first card: heal away addictions. All right, so I actually am getting that the divine masculines, they're basically going through the same thing as the divine feminines. They're just really in a healing state. But I'm getting that for them, it's more, so it's the same thing, but it's really hard to explain. So the same way that the feminines is more like inner work, it's like, you're going through the underworld. I'm getting that for the divine masculine. For them, it's more of things that occurred in the past. So it's more like childhood related or just past traumas. Whereas for the divine feminine, I'm getting it's more inner, deeper healing. It's more, just really going deep within themselves. But I'm getting that they are just working on themselves as well, because they're also trying to embody this higher consciousness also. So, when they say addictions, it's not necessarily drug addictions, although it can be. But if they have like an addictive behavior, so say they deal with their problems through playing the video games all day. They numb their consciousness by playing video games all day, or they smoke weed all day. There's nothing wrong with weed, but there's a balance. Okay, so or they just find different distractions so they could avoid going within. Those are the type of addictions that they need to just slow down on and try to get to the root of the problem, because that's blocking them from also this higher consciousness that's trying to make way into them. Okay, so I'm really getting this card is actually for both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There's like an intense healing happening on both ends, and it's pretty cool, because it's like I noticed that with the divine feminine and the divine masculine, they're usually always going through the same things, but at the same time it's kind of like the opposite. So it's actually pretty cool to just see that. So that's what the divine masculines are really working on. So I'm getting that it's more so things that they have been through in the past. So it could be like past relationships with previous exes, or with their parents, or old friendships, and those situations has really stuck with them. So, and because they haven't properly healed it, they're turning to these addictions, which is why they're being guided to heal those addictions. Find a healthier way to cope with your emotions instead of turning to, these negative habits, because that's hindering their growth. They're trying to, embody this higher frequency, but like I said, you can't keep applying old methods to something new that's trying to emerge, okay? So this is the second card that we are getting for the divine masculine is, oh my God, what did I just say? So yeah, I really feel like it just has something to do with the past. It's literally something, it has to do with their childhood. It has to do with parents. It's just something that has happened from their childhood. Honestly, that's what I'm really getting. And until they face that, they're going to continue to indulge in these addictions. But honestly, that's going to hinder their progress. So, feminines, what I would honestly recommend is just hold a space of love. Just be in a place of love for them. If your divine masculine is not reaching out, know that they're honestly just working on things that they have dealt with as a child. So like there's a lot of things that they have been through where their parents are triggering these emotions, whether your divine masculine has encountered a death of a parent, or their parent wasn't there, or their parent was addicted to drugs, or their parents was abusive, whatever the case may be. They are working on healing issues that is centered around their parents. So really just be in a place of love and compassion for them. Just really be patient. If they're not reaching out to you, this is most likely why. So what I notice is that there are some guys that they tend to like, when I say guys, I don't necessarily mean a male, just the masculine energy. Some of them literally just wants to be secluded. They just want to work on this on their own. Whereas as feminines, we naturally want to we want to call up someone and just express how we feel. So if that is your divine masculine and you're not hearing from them, they're kind of closed off right now, is because a lot of the things that they've dealt with as a child is resurfacing, and a lot of their inner wounds and pains that they experienced from their parents are actually resurfacing. That's why they're telling them that they're healing away these addictions. And I'm getting that they're healing that so they could embody this higher consciousness. And this is what you want, feminines. You want them to embody this consciousness because they need to reflect you. They need to be at your level. Remember, that is the purpose of your fated partnership. You don't want to be in a stagnant relationship. You don't want to be in a superficial short-term relationship, something that's based off the physical. You want something that's like intellectually stimulating, something that stirs your soul, something that forces you to go within to embody the true essence of who you are. And I'm getting that your divine masculine is doing that, and you're actually doing the same for your divine masculine as well, especially if they're not used to receiving love because they were neglected, that like they weren't given that as a child. This may actually be a shock to them. This may be something they're not used to. So they may be afraid of even allowing your love into their life. So it may not even be you. It could be something that has happened with them, as a child, which is making them, having a hard time embracing your love. So that's what I'm saying. Just be in a place of love, compassion. Give them the space that they need. Let them honor their feelings as well. Let them go through the motions and know that they are also healing so they could embody this higher consciousness, okay? So this is the third card we are receiving for the divine masculine is release. Yeah, so they're just going through this healing, and as they do so, they're going to release what no longer serves them. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. So really, like I said before, just be gentle. They're going through this, and as these things arise, as these emotions arise, they're going to release it because they're facing it. So like I said, it's just important that they actually do the work and they don't try to distract themselves.